What does hunting mean to me? It kind of means everything to me.
I mean, we built our whole life around it. We've built friendships around it. We've built our relationship around it.
We kind of push each other. We both know our strengths and weaknesses.
You know so little when you come in as a novice that you don't even know what questions you should be asking.
I've never done anything that makes me feel this right.
You really have to work and dig to find what you need here.
My name is Wade Trong. I'm from Fredericksburg, Virginia, and I was an executive chef at a high-end restaurant. Got into hunting in my mid-20s out of purely a food sourcing mentality. I just wanted to get as close to my food as possible. From there, it's kind of evolved into this all-encompassing lifestyle.
I'm Rachel Owen from Elevated Wild. I live in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Getting into hunting was really first and foremost about the food. That was really what piqued my interest in it. You know, when I met Wade, I didn't hunt. That really wasn't something that anybody in my family did.
I started working in a restaurant when I was like 11 or 12. My parents opened a restaurant as a Vietnamese place in Harrisonburg. I kind of grew up there, just running around, doing errands, washing dishes. Early on, my folks were like, this is what we do, and this is what these people do, and we didn't look like those people. The more I worked in restaurants and the closer I got to like buying the produce and the proteins, I started having more interest in food itself. Hunting was just kind of the next step to get closer to the food. It's kind of intimidating getting into it as a first generation person.
I just found it very intriguing that there was even the ability to be able to source your own protein. It was something that was like, okay, I want to get into that.
The dirtier I get my hands, the more I realize how important it is to know where your food comes from and how we're actually part of this thing that's nature.
Having an ingredient that we had a lot of, blood, sweat, and tears in, it meant a lot to us. For us, it was finding land access, choosing and learning how to use, a gun or a bow. And that was those were the only two questions that we even knew how to ask.
I spent a lot of time thinking about how I could buy skills and not really understanding the core concept of hunting as a whole. Understanding the animals, understanding the habitat, that knowledge and that information is the most valuable thing.
As far as barriers we faced, I hesitate to speak for Wade. We both come at it with different perspectives and different challenges. For me, these very physical barriers, not feeling strong, not feeling capable, and then also mentally not wanting to feel like the girl. And so that's been something that, I've largely overcome, I think, at this point. But for the first couple years, it was really daunting. We used to work together in a restaurant, and that is a extremely high stress, physically demanding, and uncomfortable environment. When we hunt together, it's mentally a lot more pleasant. It's something that we love to do, but it's got a lot of the same aspects.
When Rachel and I got together and we started hunting together, we kind of pushed each other, and the reason that I think that works is we're both so supportive of each other.
Do we have a backup plan if that tone kind of just isn't high enough or isn't enough cover?
Yeah, I think we can edge out. I have a heavy focus on gear and how to technically do things. She's a much better navigator, and she's a much more rational and calm than me.
Wade is very efficient about things, and I'm very good at giving him a lot of support, really working in tandem. But we also each have our own strengths. There's not a lot of competition between the two of us.
We don't have date night. We go hunting. There's a lot of naysaying where it was like, this is good and this is bad. There's not much that's not good if you cook it well.
Elevated Wild, I mean, we started it, it's such a passion project for us.
They're really fun to grow.
It had been on our minds for years before, because when we started hunting, we were doing a lot of research and we were trying to find recipes.
I think there's a lot of people that have kind of a tangential interest in hunting, and so being able to bridge that gap is something that we're always trying to work on.
Getting people curious about wild food is one step closer to getting them concerned with their environment, interested in hunting or fishing, sustainability, sourcing. Start asking yourself where that came from, how did it come to be, how was that animal treated. I think people need to question these conveniences that we have.
It's difficult to convey the entire experience of a hunt to somebody that has never hunted before. But when you can put it in front of them on a plate as a very physical thing that they can consume, it really helps to connect them to something that's very important to you.
Just need your apparel and your blaze orange.
Yep.
And got the guns here.
We decided we love doing what we do so much that we want to help other people do the same. Reliving all the things that we learned for the first time with somebody else is so much fun.
Alright, let's do this.
Mentorship has been really important to us as far as growing as hunters. After you've been hunting for a little bit, you start to get really comfortable with what you're doing. You figure out the properties that you hunt, where you want to go, how you want to do things. And so what's been really, really fun about the mentorship is being able to go out into the field with new people and explain things, and you see things through their eyes.
Seeing all those pieces connect in their eyes over and over again is, just incredible.
And then just fully mushroomed. I mean, that's big. Yeah.
And you learn so much too, You pick up on new things because you're showing them to other people. You learn to understand them with more depth and more nuance because they're asking you these questions. And you have to say, well, I don't know. Or, well, let me think about this a little bit more. So it's just been a new way to grow and a new direction to grow.
How do you feel so far about it? Good. Not bad at all.
Once somebody has an experience participating in nature, it is a very life-changing moment.
Being able to share that with people has just brought so much depth to our hunting season and our experiences.
Yeah, I'll send it on the email to you. Pursuing wild animals and interacting with nature as a whole has shifted my focus from superficial things to more of like a general understanding of what I actually need.
Since I started hunting, I feel a sense of connectedness and rootedness that I just didn't have before. I feel like my place in the world makes a little bit more sense now. There's a rhythm to my seasons. I feel like I've got a deeper understanding of the world around me, and I also feel like I understand more what I'm capable of.
I only need water, air, and food. Spending my time pursuing one of those three things has kind of simplified my life.
I've seen how far I'm able to push myself, and it's given me a lot of courage to be able to tackle other things in my life as well, knowing the sort of stuff that I've put myself through before willingly.
There's something so primal about getting what you need to stay alive. It makes me feel like a part of the world.